Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 27 of our Pure Logic playthrough of the Artisan of Glimmith. We've solved 250 puzzles so far. I still have no idea how many puzzles there are. Don't really care. We're just playing through it. We're enjoying it. It's not about the ending. It's about the journey, right? It's the journey, not the destination. We are in the Forest Trailhead section right now, and we're really close to making this gold. I think there were some puzzles hiding around in here that we could see. We got one in here, but they're all 5 difficulties, which I love. I love the 4, 5, and 6, 7 difficulties are my favorite. The 1, 2, and 3s, they're okay, but this is where my passion is here. All right, we have rose windows, we have Gemini, we have polyomino. Polyomino, we have to make these shapes exactly. The Gemini, they have to match across this boundary, and the rose windows, we have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 regions to complete. Now, where I'm going to start with this, because we can kind of see where this is going already with this Gemini here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regions that will take these 5 circles, and then these 2 circles will be the 2 supermassive regions here. So we're going to just go ahead and start the supermassive, and they will go like this. Now, what I want to point out, there's no other place where we have a circle like this, like a hole in the puzzle. And none of these shapes are going to intertwine together to make holes. So I cannot think like this is the tail of one shape and then this is the head of the other shape, and they're like, like a yin yang. These are the same ends, but we can see that there is a reflection. Like this one would, flip over its axis. This corresponds to there, this corresponds to there, and these are the same shapes, just twisted. So when we do something like, if I grow this one like this, conversely, this one has to grow like that. They will grow on the axis, and they're kind of the symmetries along this axis line. So with that being said, each of these shapes out here are going to remove some of the board these shapes take up the rest of the board. So when we're taking stuff out, so let's say something like this happens, we have to make sure that we're creating we're not breaking the symmetry of the giant shape that is a Gemini. And I do know that these 2 go together. And by the way, I do need to turn my colors on. I just don't know what shape they take. It's going to be take one of these 2 and grow down or out. But I will ask the question, which this does not take, this L does not take that one. So which region does this cell belong to? And I can tell you it's not the orange, or the peach here, because then this one can't mirror it. So it's going to be take this one, and as soon as that one's taken, then this one has to take, because it has to be the mirror reflection. So the question here is, could this one take there? And the answer is no, because this one would have to take here. So could this one take here? No, because this one would have to take here. So this is not of either of these regions. Let's get some, there we go. So it is the L region that goes here. So this one's going to grow down, this one grows out. This is going to grow down, this is going to grow out. Now, if this one were to take here, this one would take here. If this one took here, then this one would have to take here, and that breaks. So this cannot take here. And I think we're going to force ourselves that this can't be the region. And I'm going to go on the limb and say we're not going to have the lines can't cross the line of symmetry, because they're not inverted. Like this would have to be like the head down here and the tail of the, and this would be the head up here, and then they could cross the line of symmetry. But when they're reflected like this, the line of symmetry is pretty inviolate. You can't break it. So that being said, this is going to have to take, it can't take this one, because then this region is not part of this, right? I can't grow. Let me verify that real quick. Could I do that? Okay, that actually could get there. So I got to be careful. These regions can interact just a little bit. So let's not spend too much on that time. That's too easy to make a logic mistake here. This has to come out. This has to come out. These are together. These are together. Now this is not going to do this. That's going to create a weird symmetry pattern. So, I mean, it is going to do that. And I hope like the purple and the pink have to get down into this corner, or this piece, like this corner piece right here, is not part of the square. So what is it a part of? And the answer is it's part of either the pink or the purple. So as soon as one of them gets down here, then the other one has to get really close to it. And the answer is which one can get here? And I can tell you it's the pink. Because if it was the purple, and I'm just going to do like a stair step down here and then come across, then the pink would also have to do a stair step. But look at that. Look how long this is compared to how long, like it can't do it. But as soon as I do this, if I were to have things follow the same pattern, that can work. The shape works. So all that to say, this is the pink down here. Which, if this is the pink, it does mean that some form of way that this is the purple. It has to get down here as well, right? Not everything that one does, the other has to do. This shape, it's either this end and it's going up like this, or it is this end and it is going like that. Those are our two rotations. This one is either that or that. Wait, well, it's either the exact, it's this, or it is that. My gut feel is this. All right, this is. I can see what happens here, but I'm trying to force. I'm trying not to force the shapes. I'm trying to let the logic. I'm trying to let the puzzle reveal the logic to us, because that's where the beauty of the puzzle will come from. Is when we can just see the puzzle showing us what has to happen. There's a lot of pressure on these two corners to make these shapes, because these are going to cut out this shape here. No matter how I do it. Is it gonna interact with this shape? And if it interacts with this shape, can this, they can't interact. I guess this shape and this shape cannot interact, because we know the purple has to make it all the way down into here. So if I do something like this, and this does not seem right. It has to, yeah, if I do something like that, first of all, it forces the purple to come back in here, which would force the red to come up. This would have to take down to here. That shape doesn't work. So this is not the right orientation of this one. So if it's not that orientation, what's the other option? That? That's going to force the purple to take 3 more. So that takes this to take 3 more. So this would have to come out like this and do that. And actually that does work. By the way, these need to be the same here. That does work. We keep our symmetry. So that is forced. This one can, again, it cannot connect to these here. So I cannot take this or this because the pink has to be able to get through here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. On both sides. That is forced because this has to be one region. Let's make sure we keep our, yep, everything's the same. This is the minimum. It could be more than this, but it has to hug the edge. Now this is interesting here because I can grow this one more, but I can't take this one. This cannot go here. So what goes in here? It has to be this. So that's going to be the 3 length here. And then it goes like that. And that's the shape. Which means the pink has to take that and the purple has to take that. So we can see it coming together now. This cannot grow like that. That's obvious because then purple and pink are going to be out of symmetry. So this is not here. So this is purple. And as soon as that gets taken here, pink has to take here. The L is now forced into that shape. Purple grows here. Pink grows here. And they each have to grow 1 more. And what a perfect puzzle. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think I see a, I'm looking for like the beams of light. They hide these puzzles so well. So I look for these light beams inside buildings. So I did see a comment that says there'll be a point where something gets unlocked and it'll help find the thing. Just make sure we get everything to turn to gold. So I'm gonna follow that logic and not hunt for them too hard, not waste our time hunting for puzzles while we can be solving puzzles, because that's what we're all here for, right? We want the puzzle solving. All right, we're back to precision. I like precision. I like all the rules so far. I think my favorite is the rose windows. So I like rose windows the best. We have a precision of 4. So if we do that, we can say there are exactly 30 regions of size 4. Mingle, no 2 neighbors have the same shape. And then we have the polyominoes, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 14 polyominoes that are not identified for us that we'll have to figure out. Where do we start? I'm going to start right here. How do I make this a square? I can't grow up, so I have to go down, and that is there. How is this going to be an S? Can't go that way, so it's going to have to go this way. Done. How is this going to be a T? Couple ways. Is there really a couple ways? There isn't, because I can't make this the end, and I can't make it go up like that. And I can't make it be the end of something. So it's going to be that. This is a 1x4, has to grow up. This has to come out. It's either a part of this one or something else, but this one can't not be here. So this is going to have to take that. That comes out. This comes up, it comes out. It's not part of this one. It's not an L. That's the mingle. So it is an S. It's going to force us to have a square. This comes up. It's not the S for two reasons. We have the S, but it also orphans. So this is not part of that region. So it has to come up, and so it's going to be the L. This S cannot... ooh. Yeah, it cannot not take this one. Because it can't do that. I say, well, you can come down. Nope, you can't do that. And if you go up here, you orphan that. So this has to take here, and that comes out. That's going to force this to be a square there. And we got that here. This shape is forced. This comes down. This is not that shape. If this came here, then it would have to be an L, and that would orphan it. So this comes over. It's an S. This comes down. It could be an L that way or that way. I don't know. We'll come back to it. Where do I look now? I guess right here. This has to come out. If it came down, then it would have to be a T. And if it came over, well, no matter what, it's not taking, well, if it comes down, it can't be an S because there's already S. So it has to take this one. As soon as we take this one, we can mark that that's part of it. It's now either an L or an I. If that's an L, no, it's not an L. I mean a T. It could be a T, not an L. T is okay. I is okay. I don't know which one. But this one now cannot grow that direction. So it does come down. So this has to take that one. It's an I. This comes out, goes down. It cannot hit there because that would become a second. That solves this one, but it breaks the mingle. So it is an S. This looks like it's going to have to do something like that. All right, let's figure out what goes back here. If this was like a square, we could do that. There's no problem with that. We could do this, and that goes there. But okay, this is a problem. Okay, hold on. If this were the L shape, well, first of all, let's look. It can't be this, right? That orphans. But if this were the L shape, like this, then this has to come out. It can't come up because that breaks the mingle. So it has to come here, creates the I. But then, what's this shape going to become? It's either an L, that breaks, or an I, that breaks. Either way, this cannot come back here like this. So if it can't come back here, that means this cell is not part of this region. Well, what region is it a part of? Well, whatever it is, and I actually want to start with this one. If this one is not part of that, then this has to take a minimum of to here. And it can't be an L because that would break that. So yeah, it's going to be this. It is the square. It is the square. All right, so we have the L. It's not going to grow like that. That breaks. So it's going to grow, and it's not growing like this. So this is the L. This is the I. This L does not grow like that. So this region can't be an L. I mean, I want to make it a square. That's what I want to make it. If this didn't go up, then this would have to take that. That's too much. So this does have to go up at least 1. But as soon as it goes at least 1, now I have 5. I have to take at least 1 more, but no more than 1 more. So we can't do that. We already know that. I can't do that. That's not an L. So I do have to do this, and then this is a square. Yeah, that is right. All right, this is forced here. This is forced here. This is not that one, so it's going to come around like this to S. This will be a square. This can't be horizontal, so it's vertical. This is not a square. Feels like it's going to be an L of some kind. The S here feels like it has to go like that. I mean, what I'm seeing is L-I-S-L, but how do I prove that? Well, let's do this. We have exactly four regions in here. 4 regions. So let's start with, can we separate these? So this would have to be a region. This would have to be a region. This would have to be a region. This has to be a region. And then that goes. So what we can say there, these are connected. Now we have to take one of the two. We have to grow. We take this one. We know it's not a square. So it is a L of some kind. See that kind of an L or this kind of an L. If it were this kind of an L, that creates a problem here. Because now I have to keep growing and I'm hitting the S. So that doesn't work. So the L does go this direction. This comes up. It's not an L for 2 reasons. Can't be next to another L, and that's an S. So it is a I. This is an S, and there's the puzzle. So we had the shape right, but we did it using logic. That's how we like to do it. Logic, folks. For sure. And by the way, I know some of you probably do not think this is too tedious to do it this way. I like to just push through. Look at all these puzzles back here. I like to just push through, and like if I see it, I'm just going through the puzzle, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing the game like that. I'm intentionally going slow, taking your time, trying to tease the logic out of the puzzles, because I think it's something that's worthy of being demonstrated, because the creators of the puzzles have put tremendous amounts of energy into creating the logic behind. They're using that logic to build these puzzles, and I think it is worthy of being demonstrated. So I'm not suggesting everybody has to play the game this way, but I think there is a beauty in playing the game this way, where you allow the logic to shine through, and let the puzzles have that extra level of beauty. All right, we got a shape bank. We got a 3, a 2x3, a 4, and a 2x4. We have rose windows, we have deltas, and we have Gemini. So rose windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 regions. Let's say 99 cell grid. How are we going to divide and conquer this one? Well, let's start right here. This has to grow. And it's going to need a square. So which square is it going to grab? Well, I can say definitively not this one. Because no matter how I circuitously get over here, it doesn't matter. I can't get there. My shape bank's violated, but I will not have, I have a Gemini problem. So in my shape bank, it's either a 3 or a 4. So let's start with a 3. But then this also has to be a 3 or 4, and it's not going that direction. That's not going to grab it. So it's going to grow this way. 3 is not enough. So it is a 4. That's where we start. All right, this guy down here. Maybe I go back to here. What shape is coming out of here? It's not a 3 that direction. It's not a 3 this direction. It could be a 4, but that violates this rule. So is it a 2x3? No. So this is a 2x4. And this is not a 2x4. So it could be a 2x3, 2 different directions. It could be a 1x3. Don't know. I'm going to go back over here now, because this one must get a circle, which is here. So at a minimum, it's a 1x3. But can it actually be a 3? Because what region does this connect to? It has to have a circle and a square in it. It can't connect to here. So this has to be a minimum of this. But can it stop here? And the answer is no, because what region goes here? This couldn't get a region. There's no circles and squares. So this is going to have to grow one more to take all of this. This is a 2x4. We have similar logic here. This is going to need a circle. It could go like this. This one could just be 1x3, so that way, one way or the other. What about this down here? This, what shape is this a part of? None of those. So it is going to have to be this shape. So what shape is this a part of? Man, it makes me want to do another 2x4, but it can't. Oh, no, it is the same. I'm sorry. It is the same. It's a Gemini. All right. So it's either this shape or this shape. Now, here's why it can't be this shape. If it was this shape, what do I do here? This is no man's land. None of these shapes fit in here. So that breaks. So this is a 2x4. It goes that way. We have a 2x4 on this side as well. Could do something like that. Could do something like this. Can't do that because that orphans this cell. But we could do this. That's okay. I'm not going to force that one any harder. All right, what about this guy? It's not a 2x4, so it can't be this. That doesn't work. It also cannot be a 2x3 like this, because this is no man's land. These are orphaned. So this is not horizontal. This is going to be vertical. It could be a 1x3, except for that. That gets lost. There's nothing in there. So it does have to take this, and it can't be a 2x4. So it's going to stop right there. This here is forced. We have to take at least all that, but it can't be the same as that. So it's going to have to grow one more. It is a 2x4. This is at least that. It could grow more, but we'll find out. What about this circle here? It could go this way. That creates a problem over here, though. Because even though this is valid, that goes into no man land. So this is going to have to grow vertically like this. And same thing with this. What region is this a part of? It's this region. So this could be this and this, or it could be that or that. But we know these go together. I'm going to link them. Which means this one does need a square. It's not that square. It's going to grab all of this. It's a 2x4. We know it can't grow that way, so it is this way. This now can't grow because that creates no man's land. So that ends. This has to take at least all of that. It could take one more. It's going to take one more because, let's come back down here. This region is this. It cannot be a 2x4. It's only a 2x3. And then this one is at least that, and it can't take one more because that would make it a 2x4, so this one grows. What a great puzzle. What a great puzzle. All right. I do need to stop at this point. We're so close to, we're already at +1. It looks like we have 3 more puzzles. Oh, that may be a new section. So we have maybe 2 more puzzles in this area that we can see. And hopefully we can get those knocked out and we will move on to the next section. Folks, if you haven't liked the video already, consider doing so. Subscribe if you haven't. Whatever you do, I do hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.